welcome to this little sketch with me video. Today I'm using one of my favourite tools I've had for a little while now, and this is called the Lumos by Tom Studio. These guys actually sent this to me, gosh, it must have been months ago now, months and months ago, and I'm actually a brand ambassador for Tom Studio because I just love them so much. And for this illustration I'm using the 0.3 tip and also the brush nib. Those two I go to more often than the other nibs. I have tried some of the chunkier nibs, which are all great. I've used the finer ones as well. I think it's so nice that I can just interchange the nibs as I'm feeling it, really. Like if I decided partway through, do you know what, I want something finer, then I can change out this nib for a different one. And yeah, they're super high quality, super resilient, I think is the word. You know, I think I'm not concerned about how long these pens will last. It will just keep on going, which is something that I'm really happy about. You can see that at the minute I've for some reason in this at the beginning of drawing I didn't put the little screw cap at the end of the pen, and I was just kind of muddling through using quite a little version of the pen. And just to note, you don't have to draw it like this, draw with it like this. You can turn the little screw cap and put it in the end and make it to a slightly longer pen. You can actually, if you get the Pro or the Duo, whichever one, whichever version of the Lumos you can get the Lumos Mini, which is just one pen in one. There we go, I'm putting the cap on. Nice and sensible. But you can either get the single or you can get the Duo, and what you can do is instead of putting the cap on the end, you can actually invert the pen, the second pen, and have it double-ended, which I think is something I do later. It just means that you can switch between the two pens really quickly, really easily. And provided you're sensible and you store the pen properly, the tip shouldn't dry out. You don't have to worry too much about keeping it capped. The capillary action and everything from the reservoir inside the pen is really handy, keeps the nib nice and saturated. If you want to look in a little bit more about the Lumos, I did an unboxing video a little while ago, which I'll pop on the screen somewhere for you so you can go ahead and watch. It actually shows you how I refill the reservoirs. So yeah, these pens are fantastic, infinitely refillable, completely flexible with the nibs. You can get several different nib types which are really affordable. They cost, I think 3 replacement nibs cost the same as a single pen would if you were going to go and get a branded fine liner marker from some other company. So you're really saving a lot of money. These pens, they're more expensive initially, but you got to remember that these pens will last a lifetime if you look after them. And I think just ecologically and environmentally, that makes me so happy, knowing that I won't have to throw away another marker, another fine liner I should say. But yes, I do love these pens. So I'm currently using a black blue fountain pen ink, which I think is by Pelikan. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's a really nice colour. I'm thinking that perhaps next time when either I've got to refill the reservoirs or even get some new reservoirs, I do actually have some empty ones ready to be used, maybe when I pick up some new nibs as well. I'm going to try out a different ink colour. I love using blue, so I probably won't go for a black ink, even though I do use black ink more than I would like to admit. I think it's just one of those ink colours I don't tend to want to use because I don't like the way that black ink looks on paper as much as I like the way that blue is a little bit softer. I quite like the idea of like a sepia colour, so I might give one of those a go. I know Tom Studio also do inks as well, so if you're interested, you can get inks, pens. There's a few different types of pens. There's a new one called the Wren, which is a gorgeous little writing pen, which I think I'm going to have to pick up for myself at some point. Again, super cute, really refillable. And if you look after it, it will last a lifetime. And I suppose whilst I'm talking about Tom Studio. If you are interested in picking up one of the Lumoses or a Ren or some inks or even some of their other tools and accessories, then as a brand ambassador I can pass on a 10% discount for you. So I'll pop the code in the description and also on the screen so that you can use that code, get 10% off. I do have to say, full disclosure, that it is technically an affiliate link. So if you do go ahead and use this code, then you get a discount and I also get a little kickback to support me in this channel, which I'm massively grateful for. And I fully endorse these pens. I love what they stand for, the company themselves, about, you know, reducing wastage and making art materials that will last a lifetime. Absolutely love that, and the quality is just outstanding. There's a wide range of colours. You are going to be very happy and satisfied if you pick up either a Lumos or maybe a Ren or one of their calligraphy pens. If you're a hand lettering artist, then you are set. I think I'm gonna have to spend some more time drawing with the Lumos. I have done several illustrations actually on YouTube as well, and I don't think I use it enough, but then I have so many different art supplies, it's hard to pick one and to create with it. I get a bit overwhelmed sometimes. But I realised actually as I was drawing this horse, it's probably the second horse I've done in this sketchbook with the Lumos, and it's really therapeutic. I think maybe because you know, I'm really enjoying using the marker. I keep calling it a marker. I keep calling it a marker when it's a pen. Both are pens. Anyway, it's a really nice pen to use. It holds really, really nicely. It's got a lovely weight to it because it's made of metal. So I think that just, you know, makes my hand feel quite happy when I'm using it. So I think I need to spend a little bit more time actually with the Lumos. It is a lovely tool. But maybe I'll try a different ink. I think that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get a hold of some inks. I know it's a bit particular about what kind of inks that you do use with it. So as a note, if you go ahead and you get yourself one of these pens, you do have to be careful. Any pens that can go in a fountain pen should be okay. But if it's got what's it called, like pigment granules, or if it's got any kind of sediment in the ink, then you might run into trouble with it filling up the reservoir, not flowing very nicely. So you kind of want to go for an ink that's very liquid, that hasn't got any residue or sediment in it. I think that's fine with some of their calligraphy pens. If it's a dip pen, you're probably going to be okay, but the Lumos doesn't really like it just because of the style of nib. So that is a little side note. Which doesn't impact me. I don't really go for, say, glitter pens. I don't go for anything with glitter in it. It's not really my style, or I haven't tried anything like that yet. So I don't really think that you're missing out if you only go for something like a fountain pen ink. I think, you know, there's so many beautiful colors out there. You're going to be absolutely set for choices, and you can switch to a different color if you decide, oh, I don't like that one so much anymore. Let's get a different reservoir, get a different nib. Let's go. You can actually even rinse out the reservoirs. Who am I saying? Who am I kidding? You don't have to go ahead and buy even more reservoirs and tips if you don't want to. So amazing. I cannot rave about these pens enough. Anyway, I think I've rambled a bit more than I was expecting to. I appreciate you for listening and for hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed this little sketch with me video. I love that colour, it's gorgeous. I love drawing horses, it's great. Anyway, hope to see you again for the next video. Bye guys.